Hello, gentle viewers. This is Indian welcoming you back to Out of the Park Baseball 22 with the Pittsburgh Pirates. First of all, a great suggestion to from one of the commenters to include the player personality ratings on the profile page. I didn't realize I didn't already have this set up, but it's definitely important. So we can see here's his personality listed here. That's funny, you should list everything. Unless he's just not special. Yeah, here we go. Yeah, he's got high work class, low greed, so he's gonna be pretty good. So Maldonado just must not have a very developed personality yet, which is fine. The same comment also recommended trading for cash when we need to. I don't know that that's necessary yet, but it's something we can consider for certain. The last thing I wanted to discuss is checking the waiver wire. It's actually not what I wanted to talk about, but I did want to see if there was any good pieces available here. How does the bullpen currently look? It's pretty good. But Gratterol is arguably even better. I don't think there's anything here that we need to claim off of waivers necessarily. We're good at catcher. We're decent in the infield, although there's a lot asked of fairly young players. I've got plenty of outfield experience. We really just need more power. Maybe off the bench, but I don't know who we would, bench to get that power. One solution to that problem is rapidly approaching Major League readiness, which is Mr. Zion Rose. I still want to see how he improves. He is high greed. That's not great. But he is high loyalty and intelligence. Maybe that'll be offset a bit. It may be about time for Blaze Jordan. I don't think it is yet. And I definitely want to give him more of a chance to develop his discipline with some more time in AAA. But he's probably not long for the minors. Same with Cristian Hernandez. So yeah, we've definitely got some options available to us. And this season's going to be an important one for a lot of reasons. If we can make the playoffs this season, I think that's going to convince the owner to maybe shake out some spare change. And maybe give us a bit more money to work with. We have a little bit for extensions, and we have a little more for free agents, but I'm really struggling to decide who to even extend, even if we did extend anyone. Like Savali, maybe, but maybe not too. Alameus, again, maybe, but maybe not. Hernandez definitely needs more reps at other positions, and definitely reps in AAA. He's probably not far away from taking at least a bench spot. I could make Piguero more of a bench guy. We have options here. not options that force me to keep Alamaeus. And if he thinks he deserves like $6 million a season, he is badly, badly mistaken. A lot's going to depend on the youngsters, though. And Lorenzo Cain just holding down the fort, hoping that Solomon Mcguire can maybe pick up a little bit more experience in center and to show that he can hit in AAA. I think that's an appropriate use of his talents. I definitely don't want to lose Kendall Simmons until I'm sure I don't need him. I could just turn around and trade him. What could I get if I traded him? Like, I like him as a prospect. I do. And I guess there's still some value in having a really decent high-level third baseman. So maybe I should keep him for now. But yeah, we have a lot of middle infield options. So many that I really don't think we'll be keeping Alamaeus. I really don't. Do either of you have really good arms? I wouldn't mind you picking up some third base as well, but I think I'm just going to let you figure some things out first. Man, it is tempting to send Aguilar right to the majors, but I think that would be stunting his development. Very high work ethic. Well, there we go. Why are you unhappy? I don't know why you're unhappy. You just like complaining, probably. Let us get started. Did I reset the lineup? I did. I'm really hoping that Perez develops either very, very quickly or very, very slowly. Because I really don't want him learning on the job in the majors unless he can handle it. Which is why I only have him starting once a week. And Logan Brown is a fine short-term starter, and I think a good long-term backup. No, you want your cash, but not a lot of cash. Mr. Savali. You want a pretty hefty raise, and I'm not sure you deserve it. But we'll talk, right? We'll talk in the off season. There's just so many people here that I just don't see a ton of value in extending right now. Priester might be the one exception, but I still want to see another season out of him before I offer him like a big new contract. So we're going to see if we can get Priester to sign a new deal after this season. Everyone else, I think, is fine as they are. Peguero, let's actually give you a season at second and see if he can handle the position before I start worrying about whether I'm going to re-sign you or not. Let us simulate the first month of the season. You've all cleared waivers, which means you all can go to AAA. Now remember, it's not going to take a huge improvement for us to get close to a playoff spot this season. I mean, that's not going to help. So that creates an interesting problem already. I definitely did not expect him... Man, I really don't want to push Mcguire into this role. Is there another center fielder on the market? That's the wrong position. Center field. There we go. Oh, I see the issue. Fielding. What have I done? That's fine. I could bring back, like, Anthony Alford. He's at least a good defensive center fielder. I know he was never great for us as a hitter, though. Jacoby Jones is pretty bad. Of my choices, are probably like Marisnik the best. Let's go ahead and offer him a contract. And I think we do call up Mcguire in the short term. I'm hesitant about that. I don't love him as a defender, but I like his bat a lot. It's kind of funny. I made one free agent move all bloody off season, and he instantly misses the entire season. That's not nice, game. It's not nice. Look at Andy Maldonado. He's really turned into an excellent pitcher. Largely out of nowhere. You still got some room to grow, my friend. Ismail Mina still has some room to grow. Ornelas might be a bust. I'm starting to think he'll never fully develop, and if he doesn't, he's just not a good enough hitter to carry a corner outfield spot. Let's advance another month. Losing a lot of these games by pretty close margins. Which suggests this might be fixable. Alright, let's stop. Because one of the things I'm noticing, and maybe you've noticed it too, yeah, we are utterly mediocre in one-run games. That's not a great look for us. And it probably means either the bullpen or the defense is badly lacking. The bullpen is doing okay. It's maybe not perfect, but I think it's doing all right. The defense is pretty bad, though. And where are the issues defensively? Right field, second base, center field. Ah. Logan Brown is really getting bad efficiency. I'm not sure why, though. Like, everything about him tells me he should be an excellent catcher. I don't know what's going on with that. So the problem is that the defensive issues we have, I don't know how we fix them. This is obviously the biggest issue. You're not helping your cause, Mr. Toglia. You're already a pretty marginal member of this roster. And it's only 185 at bats, but my cleanup hitter is one of the worst hitters on my team. And the second worst hitter is my number 5 hitter. I need a better power bat. Like, what is your issue? I mean, this is going to be a big problem with anyone with this profile, right? He's going to be very contact dependent because he hasn't really developed completely as a quality right fielder. So much so that I'm willing to bench him, even if it means losing one of the biggest sources of power out of my lineup. And then maybe push Mena into right field and let him start? Or do the same for Morabel? I think Mena is closer to having a bigger role. Do I have another outfielder I could bring up? I have Outman to offer power off the bench, and at least he's potentially a better right fielder, but maybe not. I'll tell you what I want to do. I would like to acquire a better... Man, Blaze Jordan, if you're hit... Oh, my word. Okay. I need a good corner outfielder. I love a good center fielder. But I think I'm going to go ahead and trade Jigba. I don't think his ceiling is anywhere near as high as my scout does. And I've been given a mandate to improve right field, and I think the better right fielder is already on the roster, and Mr. Mina here. What can I get for you? Just show me prospects for right now. Now let's look at regulars. Get Brian Reynolds back or not. Please give me outfielders. Let's narrow that down some. I gotta say, the only one who even looks a little bit decent is Reynolds. And, yeah. Ernesto's got some decent pop in his bat, but not much else. Here's our old pal, Daniel Cabrera. But I remember I deliberately said I didn't want to acquire players that I'd already had in the Orioles run. PJ Hilson, I think, is not good enough. You're a decent center fielder, I guess. Jacob Hayward doesn't do a lot to make me enthusiastic. I don't see bringing him back. And I'm going to tell you why. The answer is simple. I don't want to pay him. That's why I traded you in the first place, amigo. There is just not a ton available here. And pretty much any... And I guess this is our big issue, right? Any player that we acquire is going to basically be a lottery ticket. How much time in AAA do you have? Not a huge amount. I'm going to send you back to AAA. And I'm going to call up Outman. No. Maciel would be better. And then I'm going to go ahead and let Mina start in right field. Just because I need you to play in the corners, and your skill set suggests that you'll do fine in right field if I put you there. Absolutely not. Now, of course, this doesn't fix the Mcguire problem. And it's a big problem, which is that he's not very good defensively. And I don't have a good defensive center fielder on the roster. You can do that. You can do this. Alright, let us advance a bit farther. Some fairly minor changes for the most part here. Rodriguez losing a bunch of stuff isn't ideal. Keller's a bit worse. Brown is a bit better. Toglia keeps slipping. Friends, I gotta tell you, I hope you figure your shit out, my guys, because we're getting very, very close to just not being sustainable. How long are you out? Okay. Do we want Marisnik up in the majors just to play center for a year? Like, he's not very good. I mean, is Mcguire at least carrying the bad end of it? He's really not. You know what? You've never played in AAA before. Mcguire, I don't like ping-ponging you, but I think I have to. And I'm going to put Marisnik on the Major League roster. It's not ideal, but it has to happen. I need somebody who's actually... No, not Morabel, Marisnik. I need someone who's actually good at defense. Manning center. For the short term. So that's fine. Mcguire can play more in AAA and get a bit more familiarity. I'm not sure what to do with Blaze Jordan. It seems like you're not playing him. Why are you not playing him? If it's over someone like Luke and freaking Baker, I don't give a plop. Let me quickly check AAA and make sure. No, Jordan. Oh, Jordan is DHing. I see. I guess that makes sense in the minors, but alright. I mean, Taglia's not getting it done. He's just not. And he's got all... I have all the respect in the world for his potential. I do. The guy can't hit. He can't hit. And I don't want to rush Blaze Jordan. And I'm not convinced he wouldn't have the same issue that Toglia has right now. Baker, are you killing it in the minors? You're lightly wounding it in the minors. Great. Toglia, my guy, I think you gotta go. I could give Garrett Kochis a chance. I could just pick up a first baseman. First base, please. Hunter Dozier's nothing to write home about. Josh Bella's like the better version of Toglia, but even then... Yeah, see, the issue is there's a bunch of players who have good power and decent contact who can't hit for power. Or who can't... Yeah, they got decent discipline and power, but they can't hit for contact. And that's always going to reduce the amount of value they have. And there's kind of no getting around that. Like, I respect what Toglia might do, but I know what he's doing right now is not good enough. He's holding the team back. Yeah, as long as his contact stays low, he's never going to put his power into effect enough to be a useful player. No, I don't have to trade him. He has options. I can just say goodbye to him. But who plays at first base in the short term? It's a real bummer that we've got so many first basemen that are basically the same player. Blaze Jordan may be the best of the lot, but he's certainly not the very best, and that is an issue. To Jordan's credit, he's killed the ball in the minors, and that's why I have a little bit more faith in him than I do in, say, Michael Toglia, who merely had a couple of okay seasons in the minors. I mean, I guess he did hit for decent contact at times. Like, look at this run in 2022 in AAA. If I got this player, I'd be very happy. The problem is I don't think that player exists. I don't think he exists. And So I guess here's my issue. Do I have enough plate appearances to decide that he's actually not that good? I think I do. I have 1,000 plate appearances at this point, and he's not good. He's borderline replacement level is the nicest thing I can say about him. And I've got a ton of players like him in the minors. I think he's the best of that mediocre bunch. But so my problem becomes, where do I find a new first baseman? I could check the waiver wire. All players. I like you a lot, actually, as replacement for Alamaeus. But you're going to be a free agent, so who cares? What do we trade in order to pick up a first baseman? Man, I wish Perez could hit a little bit, but he obviously can't. I don't want to return him, though. Let me go up to July 1st. And then we'll decide what to do. I want to see who might be on the market who isn't now. And maybe Blaze Jordan by then will have improved significantly enough that I can consider giving him the job. Where am I picking in the draft this season? 6th. And how are we doing with the draft pool? Are we scouting the crap out of it? We've done a pretty good job of scouting it, and I like our chances of getting a pretty darn good player out of it. I would love Cole Young at center field. I would love Cole Young at center field. I love Steve Small, and I have a roughly 1% chance of him falling to me. I don't see him being there by the time 6 overall picks. But I do think we're going to get a decent player out of this. I really do. And that's great. That's fantastic. Okay. So I'm going to wait another month. You would offer me an okay second baseman and a third-round draft pick for a couple of mediocre corner outfielders? I'll tell you what. I'm happy to give you Ornelas for a third-round pick. But I have to give you a pretty decent prospect to get him. So I'm going to pass on that. What I am going to check, though, is your first base situation. I don't really want Drew Mendoza. Again, he's Toglia. Alright. Let's shop Ornelas specifically with an eye to getting batters. And just see who comes up. Pavin Smith is a decent little first baseman. I don't want to pay his salary, though. How dare you cost me money? Nope. 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 I can't bring in Ryan Mountcastle, and it looks like he wouldn't be the best choice anyway. He would cost me some cash. They're just a load of just not very good first basemen. Let's focus just on prospects and see what that gets me. A guy like Henry Davis is pretty attractive in a lot of ways. I could get yet another first baseman with the exact same profile. Pass. Jose Bonilla. Meh. Meh. Yeah, Henry Davis is a pretty... Oh, here's your issue right here. You've got a good arm, but you've got terrible plate coverage. Let me take Jigba and add him to this offer and see if that bumps up the quality that I'm being offered. You're certainly not a prospect anymore, are you, Mr. Jigba? Michael Brown is, again, interesting, but deeply flawed. Is OSA, like, really high about any of these players? They're not. Kind of like Ryder Green. Andre Torres? I mean, Torres is decent, don't get me wrong, but... I just don't know, friends. Ryder Green's not very good defensively. You're not very good defensively. Pretty good offensively, though. Adding another guy like Michael Brown, gosh, he just seems like another wasted pick. I can't keep adding players with the exact same profiles and hope that just one of them turns out somehow. I almost think we're better off acquiring like a draft pick. I mean, I'll take Brown. Let me set him to no longer untouchable. I'd love to try to get a second prospect to mitigate our risk. Yeah, I don't want Jackson Miller, even if he was going to offer him. I wouldn't mind a guy like Bryce Dolby. Like, yes, I know his movement is terrible, but I'm in the kind of ballpark where I can maybe mitigate that a little bit more than others could. Oh, wow. Okay, you love Bryce Dolby. Fair enough. And then I've got another stampede of mediocre players. Landa Verde, maybe? No. I'd have to give you someone that doesn't suck in order to get even a 5th round pick out of this. Yeah, I'm not giving up Maldonado. That's not happening no matter who you offer me. Goodness, you certainly aren't cautious about what you ask for. I don't know that Jose Sanchez is ever going to turn out, but I don't know that he won't either. And I'm willing to give him a chance to prove it. I'll tell you what I'm going to do, Mr. Miller. I'm going to convert you to first base and see if I can make something out of you. You've got a reasonably decent skill set for hitting. You're also not a terrible pitcher. Interesting. I will figure something out with you. But let's make this trade. I am not at all confident that we won that trade. But I'm at least pretty certain we didn't lose it. And I guess at the end of the day, that's all you can ask for. So let's go up to July 1st, and then we'll figure out if there is a real benefit to getting more deeply involved in things. How's the team doing right now? Noah Smith is okay. He's certainly not what we need. But I think he'll probably get there. Maybe. Our problem is we just have so many prospects that are right about the same talent level, and we're just not having a bunch of success unlocking that. We're not having as much success as we should making these very good players into great players. And that's not going to fucking help. Stop injuring my relievers. But, on the other hand, I have Zayn Nielsen, who's just, like, waiting for a chance. I'm going to give the closing role to Feltman right now. I'm going to promote Yariel Rodriguez to 7th inning setup, and then Nielsen, I'm going to make you a middle reliever. What is Wallace's issue? He's not been bad. He gives up home runs a bit more than I'd like, but I think he'll be alright once he improves a bit more. Alright. Maldonado is improving. Noah Smith isn't. That bothers me. I guess that's my big issue, is that every player we have that supposedly has this wonderful potential never actually capitalizes on it. And that just really puts us in a bad situation where we don't have an easy solution to most of our problems, quite frankly. The best way we could get better would be to spend in free agency, and there's just no money there. As long as you keep insisting my payroll has to be tiny, I'm not going to be able to add the players that I do need to add to actually make a difference. Priester wants $5 million. I'm gonna have to wait till arbitration and deal with some of these guys. Alamaeus, you want to get paid like a starter to play as a backup. That's not gonna fly with me. What can I get if I trade you? I'm gonna look at prospects for right now and hope that we... Okay, nothing. Alright, that's fine. Can always non-tender you if I have to. But it's like, think of a guy like Noah Smith, right? He's not unlocking his full potential, which is really frustrating. And maybe there's something about the player development model that I'm just missing here. But it just doesn't seem like our players are developing the ways that they should be. This is certainly not a bad season. I'm not unhappy about him. I'm unhappy about the fact that he's less than he should be. I should be seeing his contact and his play discipline improving, and it's just not. Maybe that'll change when he gets his next report. I don't know. He hasn't actually been scouted since April. Scouty boy, give me an update on him. My cleanup hitter is hitting 178. We're effectively screwed. 170 freaking 8. Yeah, I don't know how to fix this. Other than just saying fuck it and letting Blaze Jordan play in the majors. I don't know if he's any good. He certainly has better tools. That's not the question. His contact is getting better, as is his development, as is his batting eye. Togley is hitting 178. In 300 at-bats, I have to trade you. I have to get rid of you and move on to a player who might someday actually have a future. It's as simple as that. He has to be somebody else's problem by now. You'd be a decent back of the rotation starter. But I have plenty of pitching. Pitching is not my issue. I mean, a guy like Maddox Burns has a ton of potential. And heck, he's already better now than some of my existing starters. And he's left-handed. Or Maddox Bruns. I'm sorry, not Burns. Do we grab him? Like, he's a borderline starter. Let's grab him and see what we can make out of him. No, Christian, we will not consummate the deal. That's just super creepy, yo. I'm going to promote Blaze Jordan. I've been given a mandate to push people we've drafted to the majors, to give them a shot. I'm willing to give him that opportunity. Pitching wise, can I get something for Blake Setterland? Like, I don't think I'm gonna keep him. Vukovic. Zayn Mills is pretty decent as a low ceiling starting prospect. He's got a very high floor. Let me go ahead and add regulars and veterans at first base, just in case, and see what I could acquire there. Yeah, Pavin Smith isn't exciting. I'd take Caratini in a heartbeat, but I can't afford him. I will... I think I'll probably take that one guy, that starting pitcher. I like the look of him. I really do like the idea of taking Zayn Mills. Yeah, he's a really well-rounded prospect, and I think he's not far from the majors. And it's not like they're going to give me any of their best prospects, even if I ask for them, right? Alex Freeland, I can ask for him. You'll think about it, and I don't really feel a rush right now. So I'm going to go ahead and submit the offer and see what you say. Is there any good international amateur here? Anyone worth spending $5 million on? The answer is hell no. And we advance a bit. Almost, and you're not asking for anything huge? I'll give you Baez. Really? Oh, you've actually got a pretty decent track record as a starter, don't you? Yeah, no way. You can't have Baez. You could totally have Blair. And then maybe get you to cough up Benny Montgomery. No, I don't want that. Benjamin Bailey. I'll take this. I think this is as good as we can do. Mr. Freeland here, I'm going to send you to the minors. I know I probably have to put you on a major league contract. Then Mr. Bruns gets called up, and I'll be honest with you. If I set you as a starter, what do you look like? You look pretty darn okay. So I think I'm going to go ahead and make you the new emergency starter long reliever. and then swap you to focusing more on long relief. And we're just going to see how this works out. We're just going to see how this works out. Let's advance to the draft. Okay, Noah Smith has improved across the board. That is excellent news. And maybe that's what I just need to do. I need to find these players that seem like they're getting stuck and then scout them and see what that gets us. And then, yeah, we're just going to have to find some money somewhere. Yeah, I know what you want, and the things you want are not realistic. They just aren't. You want an upgrade at right field, but you're not going to give me money to get it. You want more home runs, but frankly speaking, I don't have any power hitters that I can trust. If you want big results, you got to give me a bigger payroll. That's the long and short of it. And if I get fired, I get fired. Okay, it's draft time. And I want all players, please. I would love to take Steve Smith, but I don't think or Steve Small, but I don't think he makes it to me. He didn't. Holy shit, he did. Oh. Who got taken instead? Okay, according to the OSA mock draft, Steve Small falls to the back of the first round. On the other hand, there's Cole Young. And if I push him to center field, I think we get a really good player. He is also highly polished. And I do need a center fielder. There's also Dan Wofford. Here's my issue with Steve Small. He's a knuckleballer. He's never going to throw hard. And that makes him risky. Risky in a way that his otherwise brilliant ratings don't reflect. I am honestly just so bloody tempted to just take him, shift him to center field, and see how he does. Like, he wouldn't stick a shortstop in this system. Not with Noah Smith. But if I move him to center, I think we get a really good deal. Yeah, I'm going to take Cole Young. I really like Gavin Goudry. I like him as a great utility guy. And there's always a market for that. So I'm going to happily take you. Mike Tomlin is a very interesting prospect. He's very, very established. And I think there's value in that. There's value in having another dependable arm in the minors. And then I think we're pretty much done. I can definitely ask OSA for their opinion. Man, you sure love CJ Runcini. Yeah, we'll take Oscar Sanchez. I think that's reasonable. I'll take Cole Wagner. He's actually not a terrible hitter. And just let him develop and see how he turns out. I'll take Lucas Kelly. I'm going to ask OSA who they think is the best remaining hitter. You like Charlie Brandt an awful lot as a hitter. And I gotta say that there's a lot to like here. Let's take Charlie Brandt and see how he turns out. And then maybe Chris Arnold. And then I think we go ahead and finish the rest of the draft. Remember how I cut my draft budget and I said there's no way we'll ever spend it all? Told ya. Did I trade my third round pick for something? I must have. No, I drafted someone. Where'd they go? Huh. Unless the guy decided he didn't want any money. Maybe that's what it's about. Pitt. Cabrian Hayes as a starting third baseman. That's literally it. I guess that's fine. Prospects game. Aguilar, Montgomery, Tyree Reed. Okay. No thanks. Okay, Cole Young. Where are you? You're a center fielder. I know that slightly injures your value, but this is what I actually need. And I'm going to send you right to probably AA, I think. and I want to make sure that I control him. And I know he's a great shortstop. I know I'm kind of wasting some of his maximum abilities, but I also don't care because I already have a great shortstop. How are things coming at the trade deadline? Oh my lord. Blaze. You're not remotely ready for the big leagues. Is what I was afraid of. He's not remotely ready. In almost 100 plate appearances, he hasn't hit a single home run. That's his calling card. I guess Baker? Like, I just kind of need someone to play out the string right now. I don't actually have, like, a big desire. Player trade, trading block, first base. I mean, Joey Gallo would fix a lot of problems and then cause lots more problems. Brandon Belt. My old pal, Colin Moran. Would Houston give up Biggio? Oh, probably. Look how much money he's earning. There are a lot of really bad first basemen, aren't there? If you don't want Yordan Alvarez, I'll take him. I'll give him a test spin. What do I gotta give up for you? A mediocre prospect. Done. We have such a bad lineup. I'm hoping Alvarez can fix that to a certain degree. But man, we don't have a lot in this team right now. We have a large number of players who will be good in 2 years. We have almost no players who are good this year. And without the money to add, like our one free agent gamble this year was a bust. Yeah, great. My pitching keeps getting even better, and that's not going to matter a damn if we can't hit. And Blaze Jordan's even farther away from the freaking majors than he ever was before. Man, I just don't know how to fix these issues that we have. No, Zion. How does this keep happening? How do we keep having good rookies hit a wall and then just stop playing well? Man. damn it, I should have traded Savali. That was stupid. Oh well. Who's the next man up to start? I'm going to give Mr. Bruns here a few innings as a starting pitcher. And see how you do. And then that way I can promote, like, Po Yu Chen and not worry about things here. What the fuck is wrong with Cabrian Hayes? You cannot keep doing this to me, game. Game, this needs to stop. You cannot take my one performing regular and keep injuring them every season. Fuck you, game. Seriously. Just stop. I need a third baseman now. And of course, the guy that I traded to be my third baseman in the future is injured. Which means Alex Freeland is, I guess, a possibility. And then Vargas is the new starter. Yeah, we're fucked. There's no two bones about it. We're fucked. We had a sliver of a chance. I was way too optimistic about how things were going to go this season. And I'm probably going to get fired. And I'm not sure that I don't deserve it. But it's just so... I don't get it. I don't get why this keeps happening. Why the game has decided that the only player who ever gets hurt is the one player I can't replace. He is the one player that is consistently not shit on the Pirates, and he's the only one who gets hurt for lengthy periods. And here's the real kicker. I don't have the money to improve the lineup. I have to hope that I keep taking out minor league lottery tickets and that one of them pays off. Which is a real shame. Because I think with even a modest increase in budget, I think we have a pretty good team here. But I'm never going to get that increase. Like, literally never. I don't think we'll ever get a decent increase in the budget. As long as I'm dead last in finances, I don't see it happening. I don't see us turning this around without just stupid amounts of luck. Just some absolutely massive improvement that comes out of nowhere. And I hate it. Mcguire is whatever. He's not great. He's not bad. He's fine. Maybe we send somebody else up. Logan Brown's not that great, and he's wanting a big raise. I don't see it. I don't see where we're ever going to get the money to truly make this a good team. And just the amount of times Hayes gets injured, and only Hayes, is... I absolutely hate it. And I can't do anything about it. Because every time I hire a new team trainer, they turn out they suck at something. Hey, look, the guy can't prevent leg injuries, so what's the one fucking injury that happens to Hayes? I can't keep cycling through trainers hoping that one of them isn't the worst. So I guess we just move on. But man, I'm running out of any enthusiasm for making this franchise viable. And how many times we're only scoring 1 run a game? We can't score runs. And I don't have the money to acquire better hitters. I have to hope that these Rule 5 draft picks work out. They haven't. I have to hope I can get good people off waivers. I can't. I have to hope that I can sign cheap first basemen that maybe figure their shit out. I haven't. And it's a real shame because I genuinely think that there are some good players in this franchise. But I can't make it happen. I can't force them to develop. I call up 2 more players. How does Jordan have so few plate appearances in AAA? What are you doing, manager? Why is Jordan... Are you fucking kidding me? You've benched him. No, you don't get to bench him. Not for Luke and freaking Baker. You are not here to win games. You're here to develop players. No wonder Jordan can't get any better. I'm not going to lose... You know what? I will lose Baker for nothing. Screw it. He's cut. Don't pull this shit again. That's so frustrating. There is a thing for this that I guess I never thought about fixing. It is... Rules, financials, options. There's a specific option in here somewhere where you can clarify that the job of the minor leagues is to play it's to play the players for the purposes of improving them, not to just play the best players. There's definitely an option for that, and I have to remember where they put it. Financials. Because it's an AI option, right? It's an AI option that specifically tells people that you can... Is it a manager option? No, it's not. Friends, I'm going to need your help to tell me where that option lives now because I don't remember. But there definitely is a way where you can set it so that minor league managers play for potential. Is it just... Is it here? No, it's not here. It's in here somewhere. There is an option you click on, and it specifically tells minor league managers to play people with high potential. And I can't remember where it is. I thought it was under stats and AI, but I guess it's not. Wait, maybe it is here. Nope, maybe it's not here. Um... Oh, is it a strategy option? It's not in there. It's overall player strategy. Damn it. There's definitely a way to fix that. There's 100% a way to fix that. And for the life of me, I can't remember what the rule is. But it used to be a checkbox. Here we go. I found it. Boom. Minor league depth charts and pitching staff on potential ratings. That's what we needed. That took me way too darn long to find. Oh well. That explains it, actually. That explains why my players just aren't developing very quickly. Because the players that need the playing time aren't getting it. Only the good players are getting it, so to speak. Well, I complained about Hayes being the only one that ever gets injured, so they decide, all right, we'll injure somebody else, see how you like it. I don't. That's how I like it. I don't. Aguilar, you're too good for high A. I don't know how long you're out. Let's call up Adam Hill, I guess. He can be a starter for us. That is so irritating that I missed that setting. It's even more irritating that the setting has to exist. Like, minor league managers should know what their job is. But it's on me for not thinking about it before now. I mean, I don't care if I lose a reliever for 6 months. Ethan Roberts, you can come back to the majors and you can have some middle relief time. That's fine. Like, that's delightful, I guess. I suppose I don't mind letting him start in place of Hill. We just get shut out too damn often. And I don't see a solution to that problem. I don't. It's going to take me at least 2 seasons to fix the lineup. And that's only if I get more money. Which I don't think I'm going to get. I think Andy Rodriguez gets promoted next season. Because I might actually trade Logan Brown. He's a rare asset on a team that desperately needs more players. But I don't even know, man. I don't even know how to fix this team right now. I don't even give a shit that you injured Quinn Priester. I mean, I care, but I don't care that much. I mean, I wish I had Ronald Acuna Jr. I don't even have a player that's freaking 2/3 of his ability, though. Well, Hayes maybe, but... Another World Series for the Braves. Good for them. Like, I failed all of the owner goals. I would not at all be shocked if I get fired. Incredibly, I haven't. I got a new owner. I mean, I'm still not going to be a billionaire, but I at least have money now. I have some money. I all of a sudden have a tiny modicum of hope. It's not a huge amount of hope, but it's some. And most importantly, I can't... It's going to have to give me some time. And that's going to help us, I think. So, what do we do in the off season? We immediately start trying to save money wherever we can with the hopes of trying to make some improvements. How did we do this season? Did anybody have a particularly good season? The answer to that question is no. My best player was 3 wins, which was Hudson Head. And he was fine. But we don't have a star. I mean, we have a star when he's freaking healthy, which is Brian Hayes, but... Maurice Nix probably earned a new contract, theoretically. Piguero was fine. Smith was good. He wasn't... Like, we probably need more from him. But he's also only 23 and did the one thing that mattered the most, which is play shortstop quite well. Yeah, we have a bunch of players who were fine and then a couple who weren't. And, yeah, I don't know what to do about this. I don't know how to fix this problem because I don't have access to the most common way to fix this problem, which is to hire other people's veterans. Like, our offense is atrocious. There's no getting around that. My best hitter was still miles below everyone else. And league average bat with okay glove is not what we need at second base either. I'm really tempted to give Cristian Hernandez a shot and trade Mcguire for some improvements, maybe. Ricardo Perez was a bust in his first year in the majors and definitely needs seasoning. Which, wasn't a big shock. I think we expected that. Alvarez at least hit for power. It's damning with faint praise, but it's the best I can offer. This weird problem of our minor league managers just randomly deciding, no, I'm not going to play the guy who needs development, really hurt us. To the point where he's probably needs another full year in the minors. Unless he just has like a fantastic spring training or something. I don't think you're a great catcher, but I think you're a good hitter, and I think I'm willing to give you a shot. Where did Cale Lansville come from? I guess he's always been kind of decent. He just needed a chance, right? We have a bunch of very talented players. The problem is that none of them run offense. We don't have any power. We don't have a ton of great prospects that have a lot of power. Yeah, we're badly hurting for offensive talent. Cole Young had a good year in Double-A. Maybe not a great year, but he also joined late in the season. I think we'll give him another shot in Double-A. I mean, he's already arguably one of the best center fielders on the roster, which is pretty embarrassing in a lot of ways. Yeah, Solomon Mcguire had a pretty bad year in the minors. Maybe he'll get better too. I just don't know, man. We have so many players that have terrible present day stats that if they developed would be excellent. And I guess that's the problem. Is that we hang on to these players hoping that someday they'll be good, and then they never get good, and we look pretty stupid. But these are all topics for another episode, right? Man, I don't know what to do. I don't know how to get us over the hump. I don't know. If I can't get money to spend in free agency, and I mean a pretty decent chunk of change, I don't know. I do look forward to hearing what people suggest, because, man, we're nothing if not consistent. We're mediocre. And we don't really have a big shot to get better than mediocre. I will say not without some luck. Absolutely not. I don't mind the idea of bringing him back. I think Maurice Nick is probably the only free agent I'd bring back. I'm just going to do some real quick minor league extensions right now. Oh, yeah. You're a major league free agent. You're not going to want to come back. Minor league. Okay. These are some conversations. This is going to be the first thing we talk about next episode, is what to do with these varying contracts. Yeah. There is no way in the 7 hells I offer either one of you the qualifying offer, because you'll take it in a heartbeat. Anyway, thank you for watching, and until next time, this has been Avindian, and I bid you good day.